The philosophers have only interpreted the world, in various ways. The point, however, is to change it. In proportion, therefore, as the repulsiveness of the work increases, the wage decreases. It is well known how the monks wrote silly lives of Catholic saints over the manuscripts on which the classical works of ancient heathendom had been written. The oppressed are allowed once every few years to decide which particular representatives of the oppressing class are to represent and repress them. Under no pretext should arms and ammunition be surrendered. Any attempt to disarm the workers must be frustrated, by force if necessary. Necessity is blind until it becomes conscious. Freedom is the consciousness of necessity. Money is the alienated essence of man's labor and life, and this alien essence dominates him as he worships it. Surround yourself with people who make you happy, people who make you laugh, who help you when you're in need. People who genuinely care. They are the ones worth keeping in your life. Everyone else is just passing through. Communism is the riddle of history solved, and it knows itself to be this solution. Religion is the sigh of the oppressed creature, the heart of a heartless world and the soul of soulless conditions. It is the opium of the people. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. The last capitalist we hang shall be the one who sold us the rope. The tradition of all dead generations weighs like a nightmare on the brains of the living. To be radical is to go to the root of the matter. For man, however, the root is man himself. Let the ruling classes tremble at a communistic revolution. The proletarians have nothing to lose but their chains. They have a world to win. Working men of all countries unite. Reason has always existed, but not always in a reasonable form. I am nothing but I must be everything. We have no compassion and we ask no compassion from you. When our turn comes, we shall not make excuses for the terror. Society does not consist of individuals, but expresses the sum of interrelations, the relations within which these individuals stand. Political power, properly so called, is merely the organized power of one class for oppressing another. You must be aware that the reward for labor, and quantity of labor, are quite disparate things. Moments are the elements of profit. As individuals express their life, so they are. Social progress can be measured by the social position of the female sex. Go on, get out. Last words are for fools who haven't said enough. It is not the consciousness of men that determines their being, but, on the contrary, their social being that determines their consciousness. There is no royal road to science, and only those who do not dread the fatiguing climb of its steep paths have a chance of gaining its luminous summits. Labor in the white skin can never free itself as long as labor in the black skin is branded. The increase in value of the world of things is directly proportional to the decrease in value of the human world. If you love without evoking love in return, if through the vital expression of yourself as a loving person you fail to become a loved person, then your love is impotent, it is a misfortune. The ruling ideas of each age have ever been the ideas of its ruling class. The production of too many useful things results in too many useless people. Capital is dead labor, which, vampire-like, lives only by sucking living labor, and lives the more labor it sucks. I am a machine condemned to devour books. Education is free. Freedom of education shall be enjoyed under the condition fixed by law and under the supreme control of the state. Just as man is governed, in religion, by the products of his own brain, so, in capitalist production, he is governed by the products of his own hand. Merely quantitative differences, beyond a certain point, pass into qualitative changes. All that is solid melts into air. All that is holy is profaned. And man is at last compelled to face with sober senses his real conditions of life, and his relations with his kind. Society as a whole is more and more splitting up into two great hostile camps. Man makes his own history, but he does not make it out of the whole cloth. He does not make it out of conditions chosen by himself, but out of such as he finds close at hand. The demand to give up the illusions about its condition is the demand to give up a condition that needs illusions. All science would be superfluous if the outward appearance and the essence of things directly coincided. To conquer a woman, it is enough for a man to love her flaws. In history as in nature, decay is the laboratory of life. Ignorance never yet helped anybody. Every opinion based on scientific criticism I welcome. To say that the worker has an interest in the rapid growth of capital means only this: that the more speedily the worker augments the wealth of the capitalist, the larger will be the crumbs which fall to him, the greater will be the number of workers than can be called into existence, the more can the mass of slaves dependent upon capital be increased.